Welcome to the Blockchain Center in Vilnius, Lithuania. Hi guys, welcome to the Blockchain Center in Vilnius, Lithuania. And we're going to talk a little bit about what this magical place is and why you should know about it. And now we are here with Justas Sireika. Is that right?
Yeah.
He is the CEO of the Blockchain Center here in Vilnius, and thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Tell me a little bit about the history of the Blockchain Center. How did this idea come about? How long ago? And why was it established?
Yeah, right. So the Blockchain Center of Vilnius was established a year and a half ago. And this idea came about, around two years ago. One of the co-founders, or the main founder at that point, was Antanas Guoga, who's actually a famous poker player, Tony G. So Lithuanian Australian guy who came here to Lithuania. He became a member of European Parliament, so he was very active in politics, but also he was very active within the blockchain space and tech space as a whole here in Lithuania. So when the kind of the blockchain hype started, when everybody started to taking notice of blockchain projects, that's when this idea of establishing a center for all blockchain companies, the developers, and basically whole infrastructure and community here in Lithuania, that came about. So during the 2017, it was the preparation moment for the Blockchain Center of Vilnius, and it launched in 2018 on January. So this is how that happened, and since then we did quite a few things, starting from event organization. We had so many events, I don't know, maybe over 100 events during this time. People flocking in from all over the world just to share their ideas, to participate in conferences, to work from the blockchain center itself, because we offer kind of an open space working environment for anyone who works in this sector. We also helped quite a few startups to get fundraised. So in 2018, we managed to help startups to raise over 50 million euros. So that's quite a bit of money to fundraise. We were successful in doing so because we have this kind of great blockchain family that we take advantage of. So we are one of the blockchain centers around the globe. The others are located, starting from Australia to, Singapore, mainland China. Now we have some being established in Southern America, New York, and so on. But we are, I'd say, one of the, most active ones around. So this is something that we're really proud of.
That's amazing. Actually, I did not know that Tony G was involved in this.
Okay.
I work in the poker industry.
Okay, that's great.
And I've always heard of him, but I'm just now making the connection that he's Lithuanian.
Yeah, he's Australian, Lithuanian, Australian, but he came here and established Blockchain Center. Also, he did quite a few things besides that, but this is something that really stick, and so we are really proud of this place and the companies that are working from here. So a good example is Limpo, who are really successful in their kind of growth, having in mind that many ICOs did fundraise successfully in 2017 and maybe a part of in 2018, and then many of them died off. So we have good examples that show that a great idea and good team can bring you certain certain factor of success, and we have these guys working here and expanding as fast as ever.
That's amazing. And how many different companies are here? Do you have any
So
stats on how many people or members?
yeah, so the space itself is not as big. I mean, let's speaking of blockchain center Vilnius, the space itself is not as big. So we have around 60 people or more or less working here, coming and going. Um, 13 different countries from, all over the world. We have even guys coming from Yemen to work here. We have the Australians. We have, I don't know, guys from everywhere. Um, but in Lithuania as a whole, and Vilnius, obviously, we have more of these companies. An interesting fact is that we had so many blockchain companies fundraising during the ICO hype here, that Lithuania became the third country in the world per capita for fundraised funds. So that's pretty awesome, I would say. So some of these companies are still active. They are doing their stuff, and we're really proud to be kind of part of this blockchain growth that's coming out of Lithuania.
So Lithuania has been described as the center of Europe in a way. You guys have also even like a spot that marks the center of Europe, the heart of Europe.
Yes.
But it's still a country that I think is little known and maybe
Sure.
a little bit like misunderstood, even though it's the largest of the Baltic
Yeah.
states. So can you tell me, as a local and as a co-founder here at the Blockchain Center, what makes Lithuania such a good environment for these types of tech companies, and
Sure.
Vilnius specifically? Like, why should people know about it?
Yeah, so there are a few factors that come into play. I would say, the talent is the first one that comes into my mind. We have great developers here, and great, great startup founders who thought of interesting startups and started them here in our country, not going anywhere else. Part of the success also comes from the fact that kind of the governmental to help startups also kind of give some adds some factor to that success. And also, talking and speaking about blockchain, one thing is that we have regulators, in particular the Bank of Lithuania, the central bank of our country, which is a very small central bank, just as Lithuania is a very small country. But I guess that makes this bank very receptive of new ideas. So they're kind of updating themselves on blockchain matters, constantly. They are communicating with the community. They're exchanging ideas, and they're really, supportive in launching new initiatives or just advising, guys from the regulatory perspective. So I would say, regulatory-wise, it's really a great spot, because like many companies around the world, face these issues. Mm-hmm. So that's the stuff that really, kind of slows, the growth of blockchain companies. And here in Lithuania, we don't have this issue. Well, at least not this issue is not as big as everywhere else. And one other thing I would say is that we have kind of a real cooperation culture between the startups, because the startup communities, it's very small but really strong. So guys, they don't feel like competing with each other, but more likely helping each other, with ideas, connections, networking, and stuff like that. Because we're competing, with other global players around the world. So it's not, within Lithuania that people are, kind of fighting for the market, because the market is so small. So
Right.
I would say, that this is one of the reasons why it is so great to be, to be here in Lithuania. And the last thing I would say, it's really easy to establish a company here in Lithuania. So it's very straightforward, very streamlined. It takes, a few days, and you can get your business started just like that. So
Great.
that's really great.
That's great news. So, for anybody listening or watching, the Baltic states, in my opinion, I think are great places to live, great places for work-life balance, great places for fast internet, for good infrastructure, for collaborative work environment, and also you can open a company in anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours to a few days. And so I think that more people should know about these opportunities. And if people want to get more information on the Blockchain Center, where can they go?
So they should go to our website, which is bcgateway.eu, and they can find contacts and contact us directly. They can call us, write us an email, just read about Blockchain Center on our website, and basically we will help them with whatever they need. So we are really here for anyone who would like to get their business started here in Lithuania, get licensed maybe, because quite a few companies, especially from the UK, are coming here in Lithuania to to launch their EU branches.
Yeah.
And we are really helpful in that matter, because we know everything about regulation here, about passporting rights. So everything that you need, we can provide for you. So please don't hesitate, and just drop us an email or get in touch by calling us, whatever you prefer.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
now let's take a tour of Blockchain Center Vilnius.